Hi, my name is Nathan, and this is my life.
Is there any major stories of things that have happened in your life that you'd like to share with us? Things that made you you?
I get not entirely. I mean, the one thing that really pops into my mind is for one, I have no feeling in my right arm. That's quite a story.
Yeah.
Although you guys already know this, but when I was 3 years old, we were at the old place that I used to live in, and I was 3 years old, something like that. There was a next door neighbor. They had a dog that I friggin' loved, and I would see it every day. My brother Mike and Josh would push me around in a little red wagon, and they wanted to go. One day they wanted to go inside, and they left me outside because they wanted to grab a sandwich or a popsicle. There was a popsicle. They wanted to grab popsicles. I just wandered out of the wagon, and I walked up to the dog that I wanted to pet, and I was like, oh, it's just so cute. And it's on this, meanwhile, it's viciously barking and dragging at the chain and shit. And I thought it was cute. So I wanted to pet it. It broke off its chain and all that. And I was bit by the dog and stuff, and there was severe nerve damage, and they had to do some skin replacement on it. They actually took a chunk out of my right ass cheek. So technically I have ass on my right arm at all time.
Huh. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it's a little fun. Sometimes when I'm feeling down and low, I just gotta look at my right arm and be like, yo, I got ass in hand. Alright, well, yeah, that's my joke for the day. Other than that, I mean, things that really structured me to be me. I mean, I took a lot of inspiration out of my inspiration and encouragement to do what I want to do from my dad, who's just a hard worker. He worked in construction his entire life, and he moved up to be a foreman. And he got us a new house and stuff like that. It was really nice. The new house is wonderful. I just might add. Other than that, me and him had a lot of similar interests. He liked all that, RPG. I would walk downstairs during the holidays when they'd have that Harry Potter weekend and shit. And I would just sit there and watch that all day and be like, wow, I want to be a wizard. I want to do this. And then Lord of the Rings, and I started watching all of that, and that got me really into things like D&D and Magic the Gathering. I have a friend, Tyler. He actually, shout out to Tyler. He actually one day just came over to the old place, and he dropped off a box of old Magic cards. He just didn't want them anymore. There was a bunch of legendaries and rares and stuff like that, and then I was digging through them oh, wow, these look cool. I had no idea what any of the cards meant or anything at this time, but my dad did. He played Magic when it was the original set, and this is cool. One day, my brother Mike, when my dad was getting out of Magic and stuff like that, he had these big binders that were full of the original set. The original cards, and one of the cards that he happened to have was a Black Lotus, which is I want to say it's what is it, a 27 grand card or something right now? I have no idea, but at the time it meant nothing to him. He was getting out of Magic, and he looked at at my brother Mike, who was super little at this point. He's like, here's a bunch of cards, go crazy. I don't play with these anymore. So he took it. He was like, oh, cool. He was interested in it for a week, and then he lost them at his girlfriend's house, and they had a yard sale and shit like that. My dad was pissed to find out 15 years later that the cards that he had were each like a $100 card here, $100 yeah, all that. It was just that binder had thousands of dollars in it. It must have, and he lost it. He totally lost it. They just sold it at a yard sale. His girlfriend had a yard sale or some shit. But my dad was fucking pissed to find out, and he still holds it against my brother Mike to this day. It's funny. Every time they go and play Magic, and Mike would just be like, "Oh, I'm gonna kick your ass," blah blah blah, or whatever. He'll say some shit, and Dad will just bring the whole Black Lotus card up, and then Mike just shuts right the fuck up. It's funny.
But yeah, do you have like anything like that happened during school, or is there anything?
School? Oh my god, no. Okay. School. School is shit. School is just dumb. It was so poor. The school I went to especially was poor. Financially and every other way possible. Poor. We went through maybe 3 or 4 separate principals. Each one of them I've seen numerous occasions. Some of them hated me, but there was one that really liked me. I always went to the principals and always had to sit in the office because I always got in trouble with marijuana.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I know, I just see you with your head down.
You're good. This is about you.
Oh, yeah. Everything I got in trouble for was, marijuana associated. Mainly because I was that kid that totally, that ripped off the freshmen. I was that kid. There was a kid. I don't even need to say his friggin' name. There was one kid at school who always thought that I was able to get a hold of everything, everything possible, and that's totally not true. For one, I only fucking smoke weed.
Yeah,
that's all I do. I don't do any of that shit. But there was this kid who walked up to me. He's like, "Yo, do you got any mushrooms? Can you get me an ounce of this or whatever?" And I'm like, "No, I can't." Well, one day I decided to kind of F with him. He hits me up on Facebook, and he was asking me for cocaine, and so I was like, "Yeah, I can get you some of that. Oh, no problem." So I right after I was done messaging him, I'm like, "Oh, I'm totally gonna screw this kid over. This is gonna be the funniest little prank. He's totally gonna think it's done. He's gonna want to kick my ass or something or whatever." I just walked over to, in my dad's garage, and he had a bunch of this spare sheetrock, and so I started just dragging the sheetrock and just scraping it into a little, Ziploc baggie, and I bring it to school the next day, and we were in the bathroom over by the English wing, and that's where we were gonna do the drop. He was referring to it as the drop the whole time. It was so dumb. And so we walked over, and I handed it to him and shit, and he was about to give me $25 because that's what I asked for. I don't know how much coke is.
A lot.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
But I've heard from people that
I'd imagine it's a shit ton. So I asked for $25, and he thought it was a steal, I think, and he just anyway, back to it. He was about to give me the money, and he paused, and he didn't believe me at first. He was like, "You sure this is it?" And he looked at the bag, and he wasn't initially sure if it was or not. And I thought it was caught. I was dead ass oh no, he totally found out. He's gonna kick my ass. This kid's bigger than me. I'm gonna run. He could probably outrun me. I'm tubby. But he took some of it out, and he put it right on a part of his index finger, and he just put a little bit of it, and he just went ahead and took a sniff of it. Oh, it was So I was like, I'm fucking caught. He's gonna know. And like, he waits about like 15 solid seconds of silence. My heart's racing. He looks at me. He's just, this is good shit. I'm like busting a gut. I'm like, no way. He totally believed that. What? He said it was good shit. Wow, I can make a living off this. No, like, bottom of the line, like, this kid was dumb. That was probably like the highlight of my like sophomore year.
I thought you were gonna be like, bottom of the line, don't do drugs, kids. But no, you just
well, no, don't do drugs. Definitely don't do. Listen, let me take care of those needs for you, so you don't have to. No, I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you. I don't do that. Only on Sundays. Let's see. I mean, honestly, it makes me sound like I was a pretty shit kid at school, but to be honest, I was like straight A's, B's, stuff like that. I was fairly good. The teachers liked me. There was one teacher in particular that really hated me, and that's because he hated my older brother Josh, whom I look just like. And he would always like see me in the hall, and he's like, "You're behaving yourself, Josh." Like, yeah, I think like that's not my name. What? He's just always in the hall, just referring to me as Josh. I didn't understand it until my brother Josh told me, he said the teacher's name, and he's like, "I always hated that guy." And I'm like, "Wait, he calls me your name?" He's like, "Really?" Well, I guess one day, like, my brother Josh, like, pushed the guy into a wall or whatever and made him mad. And now the teacher's always mad at me now. Yep. Because I look like him. Like, what the hell? I can't change my face.
You can. Plastic surgery.
I am too damn beautiful to take plastic surgery. I ain't messing up what I got right now.
Would you like to share, like, how you met us and
oh man, to be completely honest, that's kind of
hazy. I have no idea.
To be completely honest, that's a little hazy to me. I think I met you through Joey.
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure. Because I like talked to Joey because Devin introduced me to Joey.
Yeah.
Because they were friends. And me and Joey just like, we sat down at a table and he just took out his phone and he just started showing me memes. And, and that's how we became friends.
Best friends forever,
That's basically it. Yeah. But it was probably like a few days later, it was in the morning during like right before school actually starts, and everyone's just in the lobby hanging out, and they're just like you guys were sitting at the table, and I just like walked over. I think I like just sat next to you guys, right?
Probably.
No.
I was always like everywhere.
Wait a minute. No.
Kyle sat with us.
It was Kyle that showed us. It was Kyle. He introduced me to you, and you. I'm not quite sure what our first conversation was.
I think it was Yu-Gi-Oh! And then the following days, we would bring our Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks to school. And before school, every day, we'd have a Yu-Gi-Oh! Match. We'd go to like 6,000 life points because we had so little time. So we're like, we're going to make this as short as we can. And it worked well. And it was great.
Oh, yeah, and you played with all those guys like Caleb and all them, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember. I don't
remember what me and you did when I first met. I probably made a sex joke of some sort, and you're like, "I like this guy." That's me.
I think, I'm pretty sure that seems like you.
Weirdo.
Seems like you.
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, you were also, like, right at the table next to the one where me and all of my kind of,
so I would jump over to the other tables and be like, "Hey, fags," and then I'd, like, joke around with everybody, and then I'd jump to my other table.
Yeah, See, that's what I did. I like jumped back and forth from like separate group to group.
Yeah.
All that.
But do you have anything that's recent you'd like to talk about?
Well, I guess while we're on topic of recent, I started a new factory job. Making pretty good money.
Yep.
Gonna say that. Other than that, not really.
Can you loosely say what you make at this factory?
Loosely?
Yeah.
Loosely.
Without mentioning name brands.
Oh, what I sell or what I make for money?
Getting that bread.
What you sell.
No, nobody got my joke. He's getting that bread.
It involves yeast.
You can say bread.
He's
you work at a bread factory.
Yeah, I work at a bread place, basically. I'm like on the production line, and I get paid to stand and like watch the conveyor belt thing go by, and if a loaf of bread falls onto the production line thing, if it falls like sideways, I just have to bloop and turn it and fix it. So I just stand there and watch bread all day.
It sounds super easy, but I worked on a light job, and they can get stressful.
It is you make good money, but the only reason why you do is because you're working like 12-hour shifts of standing still, and it honestly it fits me perfectly because I mean, damn, when I'm at home, all I do is like sit down and
chill.
I play my friggin' DS all day. I still play a fucking DS. Like I'm still on Pokemon Pearl. I don't even know that X and Y shit.
Nothing wrong with that.
Like I spent like an hour right before this damn podcast to catch a friggin' Carnivine, and I did it. But at what cost? I almost went. I almost went insane. I was about to throw my DS. I have like 3 of them, so it's okay.
Jesus Christ. Is there anything else you'd like to share before we wrap it up?
No, I think that's good. Is it good footage? Or I mean, not footage. Is it good?
This audio recording is good footage, Nathan.
And that is the audio. But all right,
yeah,
bloopers. What if
I think we're good.
Think we're good?
Yeah.
Subscribe to Rants and Raves. I'm just gonna put that out there. I was not told to do that. I'm just saying, subscribe, hit that notification bell, smack that like button, and I'll see you next time.